people. So constitution of committee of creditors, I hope it is clear. And yes, you guys may have these doubts. So before you ask, I'll only answer you these things. What is that? Now you guys can have a doubt. Sir, in committee of creditors, you are telling only financial creditors will sit. Yes, that is what we saw. In ideal scenario. Sir, now we have a doubt. What? Sir, then what about operational creditors? Who will take care of their needs? People, whatever are the financial creditors who sit in the committee of creditors, it is their duty to work towards them as well as operational creditors' interest. You should not work in a way where only the financial creditors are beneficial. You need to work, that is whatever, say for example, we saw, right, what is the procedure? Sir, the resolution professional will prepare information memorandum. So the information memorandum will be submitted to all the resolution applicants. Sir, the resolution applicants will give resolution plan. So people, this resolution plan will be submitted in committee of creditors. That will be going to do today. So people, whatever is the committee of creditors, before they agree to this resolution plan, they need to make sure that operational creditors are also taken care. Not only them people, even the resolution professional, before he accept any of the resolution plans, he has to make sure that the operational creditors are also safeguarded. If not, people, it is not a valid resolution plan at all. We'll see. Yeah. We'll be doing it the provision today. Yeah. Okay. Now, people. So, sir, that is one thing which we had a doubt. So, I believe that is clear. Sir, the second thing, people. Sir, now we saw people in committee of creditors. Sir, they need to take 66% voting. Sir, in certain places it is 33%. 33% was quorum, and your this part. Sir, and sir, we have one more thing. What, sir, we'll be seeing some places 90%. Sir, if nothing is prescribed, then 51%. But 66%, try to remember, people. It is important. Yeah. Sir, now tell us one thing. 66% of voting share we need to get votes. That is what the law said. Yes, sir. Now people try to think and answer. Sir, 66% of what? Imagine, people, my total financial debt is 10,000 crore. Sir, is it like I should get 6,600 crore worth voting? Is it how I need to see? Yes, that is what we are seeing, people. So to answer that question, yeah, today I got you a question. It is again a previously asked question so that you will get a fair idea. I'm trying to cover all the doubts you would get, people, with practically asked questions as well. Let us see one of it. Sir, Continental Rubber Limited is a supplier of raw materials. In your exam, people, as and when you see a case, start drawing a figure. Who is what? Who is what? You will get a fair idea, because when you're writing the answer, you cannot afford to go wrong in the, what do you say, the names. Yes. Okay, is a supplier of raw material to Smoother Latex Limited. It filed a petition before the NCLT for the recovery of 1 crore from Smooth Latex Limited. Smooth Latex Limited, the corporate debtor, has other financial creditors to the extent of 1 crore 50 lakh. I believe this is 1 crore 50 lakh. This is actually, this has to be 15 crore, people. And they also joined together and filed petitions to NCLT. The corporate debtor has a total of 40 financial creditors. Sir, 40 financial creditors. Okay. And 22 operational creditors. Okay. Further, all the financial creditors having equal voting right or shares. Okay. That is, everyone's debt is same, they are telling. Okay. Notice was issued on 1st August 2018 for the conduct of the first meeting to be held on 5th August. Notice was issued on 1st August 2018 for the conduct of first meeting to be held on 5th August 2018 at the common venue. The meeting was attended by all 40 financial creditors and 2 operational creditors. A resolution was passed to appoint Mr. TK as a resolution professional. 25 of the financial creditors, people, 25 of the financial creditors voted in favor, sir, and 10 voted against the resolution. So 25 voted favor, 10 voted against, and 5 financial creditors and 2 operational creditors abstained from voting. They did not vote at all. Decide whether the resolution passed is valid in the light of the notice and quorum for the conduct of the meeting. Yes, people, this is what is the case. Yes, people. So, what have they given us? Sir, they want to appoint Mr. TK as a resolution professional, and 25 of them voted for, and people, 10 of them voted against. 25 for people and 10 of them against. They're asking you whether can they go through, that is TK, have they validly appointed, and people, they're asking you in the light of, was the notice properly given, was the quorum properly given. Yes, people, what is notice provision? People, minimum 5 days should be given, correct? However, you can also, you should not just state that. Yeah, you should just not say that, sir, 5 days should be given. People, you need to calculate 5 days, and also you need to write a proviso. What is that? Sir, 24 hours is also fine, right? Shorter notice is also okay. So yes, sir. So because of that, we write that and we say that the company has held up a valid meeting. If not, people, generally what we do, we will not calculate the day of meeting the giving the notice generally. So second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth would be the 5th day. Yeah, but 24 hours is valid, people. So this is how we have taken. Okay. This you would have studied in your General Clauses Act. Whenever the days have been given as from, within 5 days from today, within 5 days from, say for example, the notice giving. So the day of notice, that is the first day, will be excluded generally. Okay, people. Now calculate whether they passed a valid resolution. People, totally how many people are there? Sir, 40 people attended the meeting. Operational creators are not at all our concern. People, everyone have attended the meeting. For us, quorum is 33%. So people, quorum is also present. Note is also valid. People, quorum is also valid. People, the third part. What is the third part? Sir, 40 people have present. Sir, how many people abstained from voting? 5 financial creators and 2 operational creators abstain from voting. Okay, eliminate them. So in total, 35 of them have voted. Correct, people? In 35 of them, people, if at all we want to appoint a resolution professional, then people, we need 66% vote. So people, this is how they may test your knowledge. You remember, committee of creditors, certain things mandatorily require committee of creditors approval. So people, if they ask you any of that, then you need to know the percentage. Clear? Okay, sir. So people, 66% we want. Calculate, people, 35 into 66%. How much are you getting? 66% of 35 comes at 23.1. People, any fraction, people, I'll round it off to the next financial digit. So, sir, I will have to get minimum 24 votes. How many I got, people? I got 25 votes. Any fraction, people, will round it off to the next number. Yes, sir. So, people, I got 23.1. I'll round it off to 24. Sir, I got 25 votes. So, yes, sir, even the resolution is validly passed. So, everything is validly met. Notice of the meeting, they're asking you in the light of to whom and all the notices to be given. So they have just written the same thing, people. The members of the committee, suspended board and partners, and operational creditors having not less than 10% of the total debt. So yes, people, I hope this question is clear, all of you. Pakka? Awesome. Okay. So people, so sir, in our chart, sir, whom and all we are done with, sir. Sir, now let us go ahead in the chart. Now let us come to this part. RP invites proposals to revive corporate debtor. These proposals are known as resolution plans from resolution applicants. So people, resolution applicant, people, who is a resolution applicant? People, a resolution applicant is a person who tries to give his expression of interest. This person gives his expression of interest. So what is expression of interest? People, he'll give you a plan to pull out the company from the debt process, pull out the company from the insolvency status. Yesterday we saw, I show you the twin star. Yes, they said that we'll take over the company, so they'll be bidding and all. So people, whoever gives a valid bid, people, then yes, they will be able to take over the company. Now you guys can also be feeling, sir, why was the value so less? People, you are just looking at the value of the debt. End of the day, the company goes into valuation also, no? Sir, once the valuation is done, you'll know what is the value of the assets left, what is the value of the company. So the value of the whatever is the company, people, they generally offer say 30%, 60%. Generally, it will be somewhere between 45 to 60%. That is where they plan to take. Yes, people? Okay, sir. Now, sir, the resolution applicant, people here, listen carefully what used to happen, and there is an amendment, people. I'll tell you one thing, people. Whenever you can find these words like 12A, 10A, sir, now you are going to see 29A. People, whenever you see this A, people, that means there is an amendment. Sir, A stands for amendment, or no, people. They would have inserted a new section. Yeah. So, sir, now what used to happen, I'll tell you. Resolution applicant, people, could have been any person. Earlier, before this amendment, any person could have been a resolution professional. Meaning what, people? Imagine a company as a promoter, or a company as a holding company, or a company, its directors, or its KMP. Now, these people are responsible for whatever company is going through now. People, what used to happen? These people only used to give a resolution plan. They only used to give a resolution plan. Hey, how fair is it? Whatever the company is facing, it is because of you. Now, people, imagine, I started a company, I have 74,000 crores. Now, these people only will say, we are ready to buy the company or bring out the company, and in return, we will pay around 3,000 crores. Hey, how fair is it? You only did everything, and what if you guys take advantage of it? People, to avoid this, they introduced a section called 29A. So 29A's sole intention will be, people, you, that is these people, certain connected people, I'll tell you, if you were anywhere connected to the company, then you cannot take advantage of resolution plan. So people, that person cannot be a resolution applicant. So people, 29A says who cannot be a resolution applicant. Now that is what we will focus on. Now concentrate, people. Very important. They may question you anywhere. We'll be seeing one by one. Persons not eligible to be resolution applicant. Okay. One of the key duties of a resolution professional as per section 25 is to invite prospective resolution applicants, people who are interested to bid, to submit resolution plans for the corporate debtor and present all the resolution plans before the committee of creditors. Now, grounds of ineligibility to be a resolution applicant. So people, important, try to remember the sections. IBC sections are important. Yes. 29A states that a person shall not be eligible to submit a resolution plan if such person, people, he himself, if such person or any other person acting jointly or concert means, people, together with such person. So sir, imagine, people, there is one person who is submitting a resolution plan, or sir, there are group of people. Now this group of people are submitting resolution plan. Sir, he should not be disqualified. Who? This person should not be disqualified. If three of them are giving, any one of them should also not be disqualified. Yes, people, sir, what do you mean by disqualified? So, people, first one, very simple. Da. Is an undischarged insolvent. People, undischarged insolvent. Undischarged means, people, you have become an insolvent. That status is still continuing. Someone has filed a case on you. Court has passed an order. Yes, tappa is given, people. You are an insolvent. And people, that order is still going on. You're still, your financial status has not come back. Undischarged insolvent. Remember, people, important. So, an insolvent can never give a resolution applicant. He cannot be a resolution applicant. Law says, hey, first you wash yours, then come and wash others. Yes, people. Second one. He is a willful defaulter as per RBI guidelines under the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Willful defaulter means, people, at any given point of time, if at all you have made a default in according to your Banking Regulation Act, sir, such persons will be considered as a defaulter according to RBI. If you are a willful defaulter, willful, wantedly, sir, willful defaulter. Sir, give us an example. People, Vijay Mallya sir comes here. They have declared Vijay Mallya as a willful defaulter. People, he cannot be a resolution applicant. Yes, people, simple. Okay. Okay. We'll come back to this third part, people. Let us first finish off the easy ones. Third, we'll come back. Fourth one, easy, people. A person, that is a person or a person who is coming jointly or connected person, sir, has been convicted for any offense punishable with imprisonment. People, conviction means, people, a case has been proven against you. You are being found guilty. And people, you should be punished with imprisonment. That is important. Sir, imprisonment for how much? People, imprisonment for at least 2 years or more. 2 years or more under any act specified under the 12th schedule. Sir, 12th schedule of IBC Act, people, they have prescribed around some 25 acts. Yes, I'll show you what are those acts. It is not there in syllabus, but just have a fair idea. What is that? People studying, the all of you, how is your studies going on? Is everything fine? Finding it difficult to manage with articleship, work, pressure? It's okay, da. This too shall pass. Yes, people. So these are the laws. So, sir, under any of these laws, people, there are 25 laws total, if I'm not wrong. Yes. See, there are total 25 laws, people. Under any of these laws, if at all your imprisonment, people, the imprisonment, if it is 2 years or more, people, the law says, people, then you cannot be appointed as a resolution applicant. Till what time we'll see? Sir, for 2 years or more, okay, or for 7 years or more under any other law. So, people, if at all it is a law in those 25 acts, then 2 years or more. Sir, any other law which is not covered in this 25 acts, people, then for 7 years or more, people, if at all you are disqualified, you cannot be a resolution applicant for those 2 years or 7 years. Sir, after that also I cannot be a resolution applicant as, sir, people, there is a cool off period. What do you mean by that? After 2 years, so people, during this 2 years or 7 years, you cannot be a resolution applicant. Not only that, people, after that also for the next 2 years, you cannot be a resolution applicant. That 2 years is like a cool off period. Is this clear, all of you? Pakka? Yes. This clause shall not apply to a person after the expiry of period of 2 years from the date of his release from imprisonment. Sir, when should I from when should I count the 2 years? From the day you are released from the imprisonment, people. From that date, 2 years. Yes. Provided further that this clause shall not apply in relation to a connected person referred to in clause 3 of explanation 1. Sir, what is this clause 3 explanation 1? I'll tell you when I do that. It is in this section only. We'll be seeing this. Okay. Next one, people. Again, a simple one. any person who is disqualified to act as a director under Companies Act. People, disqualification of director, section 164. If at any time, people, if a person is disqualified as a director, people, he cannot. So those grounds, is disqualified to act as a director. People, section 164. Go back. You remember, or you want a quick glance? Yes, people, you remember this? Just have a fair idea. He's of unsound mind. People, he's undischarged, insolvent. Yes, sir. He has been convicted by court. Any offense, whether involving moral turpitude, 6 months, people, and a period of 5 years, cool off period. Yes, disqualifying for appointment of director passed by tribunal. Not paid any calls, people, related party transaction. I hope you guys remember all this. Financial statements or annual returns for a period of 3 financial years. Yes. Correct? You had seen all this. Hey, people. In your childhood. That is in your initial chapters. Okay. So, sir, if he is disqualified to be a director under Companies Act, then he cannot be a resolution applicant. Till now, what and all we saw. First one was, sir, if at all he is a person who is undischarged, insolvent. Yes, sir. And the next one's, people, we saw he should not be a willful defaulter as per RBI guidelines. Third one, people, we saw that this person should have not been convicted of any punishable offense with imprisonment, 2 years or more, 12th schedule. 7 years or more, any other law. Cool off period, 2 years. Correct? And next one, people, we have seen a person should not be disqualified under Companies Act to be a director. Correct? Yes, sir. Same thing, people. It shall not apply to a connected person. Yes, sir. In clause 3, explanation 1. Clause 3, explanation 1 is here, people. When I'm doing that, I'll tell you. This is a clause 3, explanation 1. Yeah. Just let us have a mark. Okay. Yes, sir. Next one, people. He is prohibited by SEBI from trading in securities or accessing the securities market. Sir, a person has been prohibited by SEBI from trading in securities. For example, people, Subrat Roy, he was prohibited by SEBI from trading in securities. People, Harshad Mehta, on him also there was a prohibition order from again accessing the capital market. So those people cannot be a resolution applicant. Is this clear? People try to do cumulative. Undischarged, insolvent people, willful defaulter, imprisonment, disqualified according to Companies Act people, and he is prohibited by SEBI from trading or accessing the securities market. Is this clear? All of you? Okay. So this is also easy, people. There is a person who has executed a guarantee in favor of a creditor. So people, this is nothing but a guarantor, people. There is a corporate debtor. There is a guarantor, people. Basically, he is a surety. Sir, he has given surety to a creditor. Okay, now see what does the law say. We have seen you can proceed against the creditor. You can proceed against the surety against which an application made by such creditor has been admitted. Such guarantee has been invoked by the creditor and remains unpaid in full or part. People, the law says surety. Sir, I'm not saying surety itself cannot be a resolution applicant. Surety cannot be a resolution applicant when creditor has gone and initiated CIRP process. Now, people, his surety has been invoked. He has to make the payment. Now, sir, this surety cannot be a resolution applicant as long as he has not made the payment. Yes, people, whether full or some part is left behind, you cannot be a resolution applicant. Is this clear? All of you? Yes, people, all of you? Okay. Now, people, let us try to see the complicated one. Not complicated as are not complicated. Now, try to listen to what I say. Yeah? Okay. Sir, who cannot be a resolution applicant? So, people, a person or any person who is an person at the time of submission of the resolution plan has an account. Account of what, sir? Account of NPA. I'll tell you, people, don't get worried. Don't worry. This section, you need to understand it this way only. has an account of NPA, sir, or he's a person who has an account of corporator under the management or control of such person. So people, there is a corporate debtor who is under the control or management. Control or management. Sir, and what is this corporator? People, this person's assets have become non-performing assets. Sir, or of whom such person is a promoter. Sir, what do you mean by that? Sir, there has been a person, imagine people, he is a corporator or any person, people. If there is a person, imagine a company. So this company has taken a loan. Sir, that loan has become non-performing asset. That is, he has not repaid the loan. Sir, this person's promoter. Don't worry, we'll see everything. Don't worry. Everything again I'll explain. Wait, So everything classified as non-performing asset in accordance with the guidelines of the RBI or the guidelines of financial sector regulator issued under any other law for the time being in force, and at least a period of 1 year has lapsed from the date of such classification till the date of commencement of CIRP of the corporate debtor. Sir, bilkul ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Why people, why will they write it so complicated? That to have broken the law up there. Yeah, okay. People, very simple. Very, very simple. First, let us try to understand the meaning, then let us go. Imagine people, there is a company. Yes, sir. Yes, people. Imagine people, there is a person who borrowed lot of loan. Imagine from various banks. And sir, so they have taken loan, people, sir, and I am not able to repay, people. The repayment is not happening. Sir, the banks, people, have a maximum time of 90 days. If they do not, or if they are not able to collect the money back within 90 days, such loan, whatever they have given, people, they will consider it as a non-performing asset. So they will never get it back. They will never get it back means there is a default that has happened on that. So they will consider it as, they will categorize it as a non-performing asset. Okay. Now the law says, people, a person who has an account of non-performing asset, meaning, sir, here our defaulter himself. Imagine, people, let us assume this as Videocon. Yes, people, our defaulter, our Videocon itself, people, cannot become a resolution applicant. I told you, people, they were trying to take advantage all the connected people. So people, now the company only says, let us do some internal reconstructing. I'll only give you a plan. Nothing doing. Shut up and sit, the law says. Yes, people, so you yourself cannot be a resolution applicant. People, this is one. So company only who has an account of NPA cannot. Second one, people, not only company, sir, whoever has been in the management of such company whose assets have become NPA. So you are not able to repay Videocon. People, your management. People, your management means, people, your directors, your board. Yes, people, even they cannot become a resolution professionals. I mean, resolution applicants, people. Point number 2. Second, third one, people. Sir, you should not be in control of that person. People, these people should not be in control of these people. Sir, so Videocon should not be under control of some person. People, imagine, people, Videocon group. Videocon group. Sir, they have the majority. They are controlling this company. People, even they cannot be a resolution applicant. People, they were number 3. People, the next one, 4. Sir, not only these people, you should not be a promoter of that company also. You are the person who started. You are the person who took it to that end. Now, if you only give what, how fair is it? So people, imagine, people, that Venugopal Doot. This is who, people? Venugopal Doot. Correct? That is what. And his brother is also there. So people, this is person number 4. So people, a person who has an account of NPA, or a person who is in the management or control of a person whose account has been NPA, or a person who is a promoter of a person who has been categorized as NPA, they cannot be a resolution applicants. Understood this? So that's all, people. One more condition is that, sir, you being a non-performing asset, it should have been at least 1 year. So 1 year or more, people, you should be categorized as a NPA. So when I start my corporate insolvency resolution process, it should have been 1 year or more. So then, sir, you are considered as a NPA, people, and then you cannot apply. Now, people, read once. Yes, people. So read it this way. A person shall not be eligible to submit a resolution plan if such person or any person jointly, at the time of submission of the resolution plan, that is when CIRP started, he has an account of what? A non-performing asset. People, videocon. Or an account of a corporate debtor. He has an account of a corporate debtor under the management or control of such person. So people, a corporate debtor, he has an account of what account? People, a non-performing asset account under his control or management. So people, our videocon group, or people, or our directors, board of directors, and those people. Next, people, of whom such person is a promoter. So people, of whom means such person who has categorized as NPA and such person's promoter. So people, those people will not be eligible to do. At least a period of 1 year has lapsed from the date of such classification. So you should have been called a NPA, and it should be at least 1 year. Less than that, people, there is no restriction. Is this clear, all of you? Okay. Sir, now there is one exception. Sir, now what is that exception? The person, whoever we saw above, the 4 people, 4 categories, shall be eligible to submit a resolution plan if such person makes payment of all the overdue amounts with interest relating to the non-performing accounts before submission of resolution plan. So people, you 4 people, you want to become a resolution applicant? Yes. You want to submit resolution plan? Yes. Do one thing, whatever is the non-performing assets you guys have taken, because of which this thing has been considered as an NPA, you first repay them with principal plus interest. And then you can submit a resolution plan, it is valid. Is this clear, people? That is what is the exception. Clear, all of you? Pakka? Yes? Sure? Can I go forward? Okay. Now, look at one more explanation. Sir, provided further, okay, we'll see that next. For the purpose of this clause, where a resolution applicant has an account or an account of corporate debtor under the management, control, or promoter, which is classified as NPA, which we just saw. Yes, and such account was acquired. People, this is important, concentrate. And such account was acquired pursuant to a prior resolution plan approved under this code, then the provision of this clause shall not apply to such resolution applicant for a period of 3 years from the date of approval of such resolution plan. Sir, bilkul, we did not understand. Okay. Now people, what is the law saying? Imagine, people, now Videocon went into what is this? CIRP, correct? Yesterday I showed you, people, Adani Group, they showed interest to acquire, pull out this company from CIRP process. Agreed, all of you. Now imagine, people, Adani as a resolution applicant, they gave their resolution plan, they expressed their interest to take over this company, that is Videocon. So whatever is the payment, we will pay it and we will take over the company. Yes, people. So people in the CIRP process, they participated and the people, they took over the company. So the valid resolution plan was submitted, everything is completed. Is it clear? Now people, Videocon was taken over by Adani Power. Now people, you only saw what is the amount to be paid. People around 3,000 to 4,000 crores will at least have to be paid. Minimum. People, can you arrange it so easily, da? 4,000 crores and all. So people, the law gives you some time to repay this money. Resolution plan will be agreed, but how the adjudicating authority will pass is, it will say on the date of approval, you need to pay 200 crores upfront and the rest of the 20% and the rest of the 50%. So they will give like timelines. So people, end of the day, we will give you some time of, say for example, as according to this section, take 3 years. It's okay. Until 3 years also, if you have not paid them, it's okay. Up to 3 years, you have time, because you also need time to adjust that liquidity, right? Yes, sir. Sir, now in this process, what happened? People, imagine people, in the year 2022, 1st Feb 2022, people, Adani Power took over Videocon, correct? By default, what happened, people? Adani Power is coming under the definition of control. They will also come under the definition of promoter. Yes, people, they will also be coming under the word control, or also they will be coming under the word promoter. Correct? This one. Now, Videocon's assets have been considered as NPA. Yes, people, there was a default. Sir, now whoever is in the control, even they cannot be. Now, according to us, Videocon group could have not been a resolution applicant. People, Venugopal Dut could have not been resolution applicant. Now, people, Papada to help Videocon, Adani Power cannot be a resolution applicant. Imagine if one more company has come under CIRP. There are hundreds of company, people, SR Steel, what is it, JP Infra. There are 100 companies which will come. Yesterday also I showed you. Now people, Adani Power also wants to participate in the second CIRP of some other company. Now what does the law say, people? A resolution applicant cannot be a person who has an account of NPA or promoter, control, management. So people, Papa, our good person, people, he became ineligible person here. Is it fair, unfair? The law said, if at all a person has participated in a CIRP and submitted a resolution plan and he has acquired such company for a period of 3 years, he can still participate in another CIRP of other companies also. It is valid. People, understood? Now read once again. I know you guys understood, but for my satisfaction, read once again. I know you all understood, but for my satisfaction, read again. For the purpose of this clause, where a resolution applicant has an account or account of corporate debtor. Sir, Adani Power has an account of this Videocon under his management or control, or he is a promoter of that, which is classified as non-performing asset. He has 3 years time to repay, no? Until then it will be non-performing asset only. And such account was acquired pursuant to, according to, a prior resolution plan. So one CIRP has participated, which is approved under this code only. Then the provisions of this clause shall not apply to such resolution applicant for a period of 3 years from the date of approval of that resolution, Videocon's resolution. So you can participate in other resolution plans also. You're absolutely fine. Understood this part, people? Any doubts? All of you got this? Yes? Okay. Now let us go to explanation 1. There is one more explanation, no, here. Now what does it say? Now listen carefully. Provided further that nothing in this clause shall apply to a resolution applicant. So sir, whatever we have seen, people, yeah, you have not participated also, or people, you have made payment or not, whether you are here or not, you are coming here or not, the law is telling this will not apply to you. Who shall This clause shall not apply to a resolution applicant where an applicant is a financial entity and is not a related party to the corporate debtor. Sir, if you are a financial entity and you are not a related party to a corporate debtor, people, then this clause will not apply to you. Why, sir? Sir, why, sir? Why, sir? Me, sir? People, I'll show you who and all are financial entities, but just keep these two people in mind and try to understand the question. Sir, there is an asset reconstruction company. What is the job of asset reconstruction company? People, they will purchase the non-performing assets from banks. Isn't it, people? That is their job, isn't it? So, sir, he has acquired a non-performing asset. Now, what does this imagine? SBI sold whatever is a loan it had given to Videocon. It sold all their debts to asset reconstruction company to recover the money. People, because of which the asset reconstruction company has acquired a non-performing asset. How fair is it if you say that you cannot be a resolution applicant? People, I tell you one thing. You might be thinking, sir, resolution applicant, why should they all be? People, you think in two ways, da. We were doing a liquidation to one of our company, yeah. So in that liquidation process, people, they had all these assets like laptop, phones. People, the company will not have any other person to go and sell it with. So people, they will want to sell the entire office as one. If anyone can take it away, it is very good for them. So people, for a person who is buying it, it is a very good deal. Now, for example, back then, people, there was when I was doing my internship, there was this phone called iPhone 4SE. People, I got that phone for around somewhere around 7,000 or something, people. It was a brand new phone, but which was being used by the company. I was closely working with the company, and the promoter said, this is the price, I'm okay to give it away. Laptops and all, people, you will get it for 15,000, 17,000. In fact, so many people deal it. They do it as a transaction only. They make money out of all these transactions. So people, asset reconstruction companies or any company, why will they want to participate? You will get assets for a lesser price. You will get assets for a lesser price. Now, why is it this Adani and all, they are planning to, take part in this one? The Videocon people, they have around 400 or 500 acres of land in their name. People, and this Adani, Jindal and all, they have the construction companies under their head. Isn't it a good deal? You're getting it a very good deal. I can construct my house, no? You can develop the plot there. I hope you're getting the point. So they would want to participate because it's a very good deal for them. Sir, you're saying you're disqualified. Now imagine, think from their end. Banks. Hey, Papa, banks itself, they would have given loan to this Videocon. They would have become a non-performing asset. They have the account of this person, no da? So people, you're saying, sir, then they are disqualified. That is the reason I told you. Any financial entity which is governed under a financial sector regulator, and they should not be a related party. Meaning what? Sir, if this asset reconstruction company is a controller or a promoter of us, yes, people, if you are a related party, you go see that related party definition. If you are that, then we cannot entertain this. Are you getting this point? However, people, I told you that point will keep on coming. What is that? Sir, why did you become a related party? Okay, let us see. A bank, why did you become a related party? Sir, I had given them loan. They did not repay. So I converted all that loan to equity. If you became a related party because of a conversion of a debt into equity, then people, this clause will not apply. Even if you're a related party, it's okay. Now read this entire thing once. I'll show you what is a financial entity also. It is given. People, provided further that nothing is this clause shall apply to a resolution applicant where such applicant is a financial entity and is not a related party to the corporate debtor. Explanation 1. Related party shall not include a financial entity regulated by a financial sector regulator if it is a financial creditor of the corporate debtor and is a related party of this corporator solely on the account of conversion or substitution of debt into equity. So people, what is it? Try to think. Try to think, people. First one, let us do a quick recap. Sir, who cannot be a resolution applicant? Let us see the third clause only. First one, people, a person whose account is made NPA, people, he cannot be resolution applicant. Or the director or the board, basically management, or people who is in the control of the person whose assets have become NPA, or people you are a promoter. Yes, people, then your thing, people, you cannot be a resolution applicant. Okay. And provided 1 year, people, minimum 1 year should have elapsed, your accounts becoming NPA. Sir, but there was an exception. What was that exception, people? If at all you repay everything, principal plus interest on the date of resolution plan, if you have repaid everything, people, so this is the first person is exempted. Yes, sir. Second person, sir. Sir, how did you become a promoter or management or control? How did you become? Sir, I participated in a CIRP process which happened under this code. I acquired some company which is a NPA, and they had given me 3 years time, sir. So it is still under that 3 years. I have still not yet made the payment. It is still NPA only. You can also come and participate. These people are two. The third one, people, your banks or your financial entities. Your banks or your financial entities, even they are exempted. Is this clear, people? Provided they should not be a related party. If you became a related party because of conversion, that is absolutely fine. Yes, people. What? Something went inside. Little complicated. That's the reason, people, I wanted you to read it letter by letter, word by word. It is important. Yeah. Okay. Now let us look. We'll again come back. There are some more disqualifications also. Yeah. Let us see one more thing. What is that? What is a financial entity? When there is a context, let us understand the context here only. For the purpose of this section, financial entity shall mean the following entities which meet such criteria or conditions as central government may, in consultation with a financial sector regulator, prescribe. First one, people, a scheduled bank. Next one, people, an asset reconstruction company. Correct? These two things, so pakka you can remember. Any entity regulated by a foreign central bank. Imagine, people, for us it is RBI. For China, it is called a People's Bank of China. Sir, if at all you are any entity regulated by a foreign central bank or securities market regulator or other financial sector regulator of a jurisdiction outside India, which jurisdiction is compliant with FATF and people ISCO, IOS, CO. I hope you guys remember FEMA part. Dave, remember ECBA. Yes, people. So, people, if you are a entity, you are regulated by a foreign central bank. Imagine, people, in our case, in China, it is called People Banks of China, or a securities market regulator. People, imagine you are from US. You are regulated by your Securities Exchange Commission. That is the securities market regulator there, just like SEBI here. And people, you should be a country from which is compliant with FATF and ISCO. ECB, we have done in our FEMA. People, or any investment vehicle, right? Like people, REITs, InvIT, we have seen all that. Registered foreign institutional investors, registered foreign portfolio investors, or venture capital investors. Their duty is only that they will generally do it. An alternate investment fund registered with SEBI. Alternate investment funds registered with SEBI. So, people, these people are considered as foreign entity, financial entities. Is this clear, all of you? Okay, sir. Okay, now, sir. So this is done. This is done. This is done. Sir, next one, people, has been a promoter or management or control of a corporator. Same thing, people. He is a promoter, management, control of his corporator in which a preferential transaction, undervalued transaction, extortionate transaction, fraudulent transaction has taken place. Sir, ye kya hai? Don't even worry. I'll be discussing this in detail. We'll be making a video on it. I mean, I'll make a separate video. It's there in syllabus only. Don't worry. We'll be seeing further. I'll be discussing in detail the topic. provided that this clause shall not apply if a preferential transaction or undervalued or extortionate or fraudulent has taken place prior to the acquisition of corporate debtor by the resolution applicant pursuant to a resolution plan approved under this code or pursuant to a scheme or plan approved by a financial regulator or a court, and such resolution applicant has not otherwise contributed to the preferential transaction. Sir, ye kya hai, sir? Nothing is going, sir. Concentrate. So, sir, whenever people in a company, I hope in winding up, you guys remember preferential transactions. That is, people, when you know you're going for winding up, if you have fraudulently given preference to someone, you made they would have not got in the list of repayment, they are coming last. You have pushed them to the top. So people, it's not fair, no people. So if at all at any given point of time, you have given preferential transaction, extortionate, unfair, fraudulent transaction, if you have made, who this company has made, and in that company you are a promoter, or you're in the management, or you're in the control, the law says, people, then you cannot be a resolution applicant. So these three people cannot be a resolution applicant. Is this clear? All of you? Pakka? Okay. Now, there is a exemption. What is the exemption? Just now, whatever we saw, same thing. What? Sir, imagine people, in Videocon, all this has happened. Sir, Adani Power acquired this company. Sir, Adani Power acquired this company. Now, people, Adani Power became promoter. Sir, so even I cannot be a resolution applicant, is it? Yeah, you can be, because you have participated in this process and you have acquired the company. And you have not participated in that unfair transaction, fraudulent transaction, preference transaction, extortionate transaction. Then why should I prohibit you? You are eligible, people, you can participate. Has been a promoter or in the management or in the control of this particular corporator in which all this has happened, provided that this clause shall not apply if a preferential transaction, all this has happened prior to the acquisition of corporator. Sir, before acquiring, in Videocon, all that happened. Now I am a resolution applicant. Who? Adani Power. I have taken over the company and I have not participated. I have not anyway contributed to that particular action. Then why should I be disqualified? Is this clear? Simple. So people, first one, you should not be a insolvent. Second one, people, you should not be a willful defaulter. Third one, people, corporate debtor, promoter, control, management, whose account has become NPA. 1 year. Sir, if you have repaid, okay. Sir, financial entity, exception. Or if you have acquired, 3 years, exception. Correct? That's all. Next one, people, you should have not been convicted for 2 years or more, 12 schedule, 7 years or more, any other law, 2 years cool off period. You should not be a disqualified director under section 164. Is prohibited by sebi from accessing or trading in the securities. Has been a promoter, management or control of corporator, people. In that corporator, any such transaction happened. Exception, people, a company which has acquired such company. People has executed a guarantee and have invoked that, but you have not yet paid full or part. You cannot participate. People, next one, is subject to any disability corresponding to A to H, whatever we saw, A to H, insolvent to our credit, the guarantee, under any law in a jurisdiction outside India. People, so people, until A to H, we are telling it in terms of Indian laws. Sir, what if I have done anything outside India? That A to H categories, if I have done outside India, even they cannot participate. Yes. Or sir, has a connected person not eligible under A to I. So sir, A to I, from wherever insolvent, sir, to I, that is in or outside India, the law says has a connected person not eligible under A to I. Sir, not me, sir, but my connected person has done, people, then even I can't do. My connected person is disqualified under A to I. So even I can't participate. If my connected person is disqualified, even I can't participate. Sir, who is a connected person? connected person means explanation 1. Any person who is a promoter, management or control of the resolution applicant. So people, imagine a resolution applicant became an insolvent. So people, you need to read it this way. Imagine people, a resolution applicant became insolvent. That is the first ground. So people, resolution applicant became insolvent. Connected person means people, promoter, management, control. Promoter, management, control. PMC, yes people. So PMC people, they cannot be. Yes people, PMC, they cannot be. If at all your resolution applicant from that particular company who was in sir, that is A to I, that is your company, became insolvent, then that promoter, then that particular person who is in the management or control people, they cannot be a resolution applicant. Same thing people, you need to apply for A to I. Yes. Second one, any person who shall be the promoter, management, control of the business of the corporator during the implementation of resolution plan. Sir, people, this is who is. Sir, this is who shall be. Imagine people, the moment a resolution applicant is, resolution professional is appointed, resolution professional will take over the management. Yes, and he will replace them with 1 or 2 people. Sir, whoever is the promoter now, whoever is the management now, whoever is the control now, when the resolution plan is going on, I'm not telling after it is completed. So who was and who shall be during this time until the CIRP is completed, even they cannot be a resolution applicant. Third one people, now wherever we saw exceptions, the holding company, subsidiary company, associate company or related party of a person referred to in clause 1 and 2. So people, holding company of connected person, subsidiary company of connected person, associate of connected person, related party of connected person of this 1 and 2. Are you getting this point? All of you? Yes. So people, they're holding company. Sir, how is this? Imagine people. Now this company became insolvent. This company has promoter, management, control. People, this promoters, if at all there is any holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. Holding company, subsidiary company, associate company. Even they cannot participate in this resolution application. Perfect. Going inside, all of you. Provided nothing in this clause 3 of explanation 1 shall apply to a resolution applicant where such resolution applicant is a financial entity and is not a related party. So sir, I'm a holding company, associate company, subsidiary company. I'm a financial entity and you should not be a related party. But exception people, related party. Same thing people, subject to conversion. Then this will not apply to you. Is this clear people? All of you? Any doubts people? So this is your 29A important people. Resolution applicant 29A is very important. Is this clear all of you? Pakka? Chalo, people first revise this, read this and then come let us do the resolution plan part. Yup. Chalo.